Hi Scorpio, welcome to your powerful messages for March reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio, my intentions for this reading is to channel and provide messages from Spirit for you for the month of March, to ask what may be happening, unfolding, what do you need to know about March, if anything has happened, why has it happened? And you can even just take this message of anything that you need to hear right now in this very moment. And this can impact any aspect of your life. Love and romance, career and finances, spiritual evolution. But whatever Spirit would like to talk about shall be said. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. First, I'm going to use my sound bowl to clear and set the energy. I just want to take a quick moment to say that if you have any beings of the light that you would like to welcome into this space, specific angels, ancestors, spirit guides, maybe even passed on loved ones, you're welcome to ask them to join us here now. So let's go ahead and tune into Scorpio's energy for March. All right, Scorpio. So let's go ahead and see what's happening for you guys from now to the end of March. Anything unfolding that you need to be aware of. If anything has happened, why? Just what do you need to hear in this very moment? Let's go ahead and see. Tell me about the energy surrounding Scorpio Spirit. Whew, the cards are jumpy. Scorpio Spirit is in the house. I don't know who some of you called upon, but the cards are jumping. They want to talk. So tell Scorpio what they need to know right now. Ooh, mountain. Okay. And what it says is, know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Okay, this is for some reason giving me very strong Capricorn vibes. So you could have strong Capricorn in your chart. You could be dealing with a Capricorn in some sort of way. Does not have to be the case, of course, but strong earth energy is being asked for you to call upon right now. Scorpio, to stay present, to stay strong, to stay grounded is very, very important here. So I do feel as if maybe right now in this moment, what you're soon to face is a bit of a challenge. Maybe there's some sort of person I feel that is trying to stand in your way. That's interesting. It could be career that you feel in competition with, or they feel in competition with you. I feel for some of you, this is family related with this mountain here. Almost as if for some of you, you were definitely born into a different family than what you feel you resonate with at a soul level. And for someone that feels very similar, I'll just say that through my struggles of fitting in with my family, not understanding why I felt so different, why I felt like I couldn't trust, why I felt the competition in my family, the upheaval that is always there. There's always some sort of chaos, to be 100% honest, and that's because of deeply ingrained ancestral patterns, behaviors, traumas. So some of you, I almost feel as if there's something occurring here with your family. Maybe someone's trying to start some drama. This may be a friend that I feel, Scorpio, you've tried to work with, you tried to understand, you've tried to be patient with. If this is a friend, it's like one of those friends where they call you and they talk for hours about their own life, their own drama, their own situation, not asking you once about how you're doing, what's going on in your life. But they almost feel as if you're that emotional support blanket. So finally, something has boiled to a certain point that it needs to be dealt with. And there may need to be some sort of confrontation here that I feel some of you aren't feeling ready to do. Maybe because you know how someone may react. You may know that they may try to do some backlash, but If that is a worry on your mind, Scorpio, that will not happen on Spirit, the universe's, God's behalf for you. Your spirit team is coming here to say, we are protecting you as you face this, as you climb this, as you get over this. Some of you, I really do feel you are breaking away, releasing, purging some deeply ingrained subconscious beliefs that no longer serve you about yourself. And this is deep as far as family roots, ancestral roots. Now, even if you don't have a specific situation with family members in the present, there may have been some sort of family belief, passed down behavior that has been keeping you from facing a certain situation, has been keeping you complacent where you're no longer vibrationally in. And there's a lot of healing here, I feel. And I feel that way because when you get to the top of this mountain, whatever this mountain is in your life, you're going to see that the climb was worth it. Although it was difficult, there were times you wanted to just give up and walk back down the mountain. You just wanted to let your emotions kind of override the situation and not face this truly. I think you're ready to, Scorpio. I think that's why God, the universe, spirit, is bringing this situation to you now so you can finally overcome it. You're going to be triumphant. You're going to see the view from the top if you continue to persist at this, if you continue to confront this, honor this. And what I mean by honor is not honor the bad behaviors, obviously. I mean honor your journey to get to this moment where you're no longer going to stay at the bottom of this. You're not going to see the other side, as so many people around you may do or have done in your past. I almost feel for some of you guys that this family behavior or reaction to things is by ignoring them, by pretending they didn't happen, by pretending they're not there, sweeping it under the rug. You cannot have anything swept under the rug. It's not in the nature of Scorpio. And I feel maybe that's why you were born into this lifetime as a Scorpio with that specific family, so you can release any wounds that your ancestors are still carrying about that, about not doing enough, not saying enough, not confronting these issues and just letting them grow and grow. Where literally sand grain has turned into a mountain here. So I know that's kind of specific. It could be in other forms. Maybe it could be with a work competition. It could be with a relationship, a friendship. But there's some mountain you are deciding and starting to climb. And I promise, Scorpio, it's going to be worth it when you finally face this. Remain cautious by being pulled back into someone's guilt trap, by someone's... This is the thing, I guess I just want to say for some of you. When someone doesn't feel like they have power within themselves, they don't believe that you can have more power within you. So they try to do what they can to keep you stuck in this same emotional dumping ground that they're in because they feel comfortable having someone else there with them. And when they sense that you're starting to outgrow that, when they sense that you're starting to become a different person that doesn't want to be in that emotional dumping ground anymore, they get scared. They react with their fear, they react with their ego to keep everything the same because they'll be even more alone. I'm not saying you don't have to have compassion for this person or care for this person. I feel some of you do. But what I'm saying is that this person cannot interfere with your overall well-being anymore, Scorpio. This person, this situation, whatever it is, it's prevented you from facing your own conflicts within this, your own feelings within this, and they're valid. I want you to know they're valid. So if someone tries to brush them off as they're not, they're only doing that to keep the relationship or the situation between the two of you as comfortable as it is for them, even if that's not fitting for you anymore. And that's okay. We grow, we evolve, we change. The ones who are going to be with us throughout our whole life will be there accepting us every step of the way. The ones that eventually drop off are the ones that can't accept the new version of ourselves. But I want to say, if you guys have been feeling tension, worry over something that you've been wanting to address, you've been wanting to heal or confront, God, Spirit, your angels, your ancestors will protect you. So know that, if that gives you any sort of boost to further along this road you're already on. I feel you're getting out of the woods for sure in some sort of situation here. Yeah. Taking shelter. The answers are within. You've been finding a lot about the truth of situations, the truth of people in your life, by tapping into your inner knowing, your inner wisdom. I really do feel, Scorpio, for most of you, you are cut from a different cloth, where you sense things so much more strongly than other people, vibes. It almost feels as if you pick up on a bad vibe or a bad situation before anyone else does. And for whoever doesn't want to believe it's a bad situation, when you try to speak about how you feel on it, or you speak about what isn't settling in with you, what isn't right with you, they don't believe you. But then at the end of the day, the true colors come out and they're like, oh, you were right. But, not really giving you the credit for actually being accurate on it. I do feel there's someone around you that doesn't want to ever admit they're wrong. But Scorpio, I gotta say that maybe before you start to climb this mountain, there are still some things you need to check within yourself so you can build that trust within. So you'll know when it's time to face this, when it's time to overcome this situation, this relationship, this person, whatever it is, behavior. You'll know your truth so well that you'll feel safe even when you're taking that first step off the cliff, knowing that you will be caught in the right hands. You will be landing somewhere that is better than where you've been struggling with trying to resolve a certain situation by trying to just be patient with it. I think a lot of you, by taking shelter and going within, tapping into that inner resource of your intuition, of your inner knowing, you are discovering more than relying on the information someone else is trying to give you about it. You're an old soul for sure. And I feel for some of you, you've been reincarnating on this earth, learning different lessons, going through different lifestyles, different lifetimes for a reason. And maybe for some of you, this mountain has been some sort of karmic energy that has been mounting up within all those lifetimes you lived to finally address it and heal it now. I want to say, if anyone's trying to gaslight you, if anyone's trying to invalidate you in any sense, you are valid, you are right in feeling and observing everything you observed and felt about this situation. So know that as well. This is giving me strong Hermit vibes, so some of you may have strong Virgo in your chart. You could be dealing with the Virgo. But you're seeking those answers by going within, from pulling away from the drama and the noise. Which I think, until you're ready to finally decide what it is you want from the situation, what you don't want from the situation, I think it's best for now to go within, to pull away from it, to reflect on it, to measure out all the good and the bad that you've experienced from this. What are the pros and the cons? And how best to handle the situation for you, Scorpio. Because I think for some of you, you've been putting the desires, the wants of others onto yourself. And it hasn't been great for you. It hasn't been serving you. Now, I do feel for some of you, there is a trusted friend that you can call, that accepts you, that understands you. And if there is a situation where you're surrounded by, whether in work, family, hopefully not romance type of situation, you can ask this person for their advice, and they're going to clarify and even just validate everything you've been feeling from the start. This feels like a soul tribe member that you've had in your life that you can rely on. I even feel like you can stay the night at this person's house to have like a night where you guys just talk it all out, hold space for each other, listen to one another. It's like your best friend or something along those lines, maybe a sibling. You're safe with that person. You definitely are. All right. Tell me more about March for Scorpio. Shield Maiden. It says make plans and focus. So you're gearing up, Scorpio. You feel it. I'm hearing that song In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. You feel that this was going to happen. You feel that this was coming. And for some reason in March, it's the time to fully speak and address. But like I said, with taking shelter, before you truly face it, address it, confront it, be prepared. Protect yourself energetically, smudge yourself, meditate, build, what I do before every reading to protect my energy is I envision a whole cocoon of white light around me. And I think that will really help you when you come into these situations or are already in this situation. If you know you have to call the person you're not excited to talk about this with, take a deep breath and focus on the white light around you. That will be your protection. But with Shield Maiden here, Scorpio, it's gearing you up to, I don't want to say battle, but confront. And you're ready for this, Scorpio. You need to know that you're prepared and ready for what is being placed in your life to finally address, deal with. You're more than prepared is what I'm hearing. It's just been put off because of, the fear of the reaction, the fear of how it's all going to turn out. It will be in your favor. Again, you are protected. And even if that's not the outcome you envisioned, whatever happens was meant to be. And then what you can do is, once the dust settles from the situation, is to make plans and refocus into how you can do anything that can improve the situation, even if something fell apart. What you can do for yourself, what you can implement in your life, what you need to focus on, if that's saving up money to move somewhere else that you're not happy living in, if that is to go back to school to get a certain degree for you to advance in some sort of career aspect so you can have the higher advantage than some of your competitors in a very competitive market I'm seeing you guys are in, or industry, then you will be able to do that. But for those of you, this is more spiritual, energetic, ancestral related. With everything you've gone through with this situation, it's prepared you for now. And to reiterate, because Spirit wants me to reiterate, your observations are something that are valuable. They're noticeable. And your inkling and suspicions and downloads that you've received around the information is accurate. So you can use that. Use that as a tool. Use that as a force to continue to persist and grow and evolve, even if not everyone wants to join you. I have a quote on my Instagram, my personal one. Continue to rise. What doesn't rise with you is meant to fall away. That may be something to think about, Scorpio, as you're addressing this situation. But let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say. Okay, these want to come out. Six of Orbs. This is the Six of Swords, Aquarius energy. You're moving forward. Whatever you've come to understand, realize about the choppy waters of a specific behavior, idea about yourself, ancestral things, family things, job things, friendships. You are starting to see the choppy waters, and you're starting to understand that course of where others want you to stay in these choppy waters with them is not the place for you. And if you've decided to improve, if you decided to find ways of adjusting your thinking, adjusting your perspective, so you can be in a happier mindset, Spirit is rooting you on there. And for those that second guess yourself, because when you look around, if this, for example, is like a family thing, no one else seems to agree with you. No one else seems to see your perspective. That's because they're very ingrained in the toxic behaviors and mindsets that they have not awakened to, that they have not wanted to see. And you can't convince anyone of anything that they don't want to be even open to, Scorpio. So even if you have to do this alone, you're better off. Seven of chalices, excuse me. Scorpio energy. This is the Seven of Cups. So, the Seven of Cups, again, is definitely a card for some about gaslighting. Wondering if they can really trust how they feel. Because if they do feel a certain way, there could be the what ifs, the could be's. But if this happens, type of scenarios that run through our mind when we're starting to be led towards more than one cup. Yeah, for some of you, you really are overcoming the idea that you can't trust how you feel. You absolutely can. Those were always the answers. But when you tried to express that to the wrong people, you were shut down. And so it's, again, has created some sort of distrust within you that you're regaining, that you're refocusing on to heal. And that is leading you the right way, Scorpio. Now, if the Seven of Cups is outside of yourself, you're going to have to use your discernment. You know the vibe, Scorpio. You're a water sign. You know when something feels off. You know when something doesn't feel right. You know when something is more lower vibrational than what they present it to be. So again, if anyone's trying to dissuade you from something, trick you, pull the wool over your eyes on a certain situation, trust your gut feeling. Trust what you know to be true for you. And then make a decision. I feel for some of you, what has been putting off for the last few months is making a decision and a final decision on this. So again, maybe from now till the middle of March, it may still be tricky to fully feel confident in the decision you know you must make, but do the meditation, the reflection, and the healing to structure yourself into being confident in what you know to be true and what you know you must do. Because I think you are also very empathic and you're picking up on everyone's energies that are involved in the situations, even ancestors' energies that are starting to cloud that strong inner knowing that you have. So take some time to purge that if you need to purge that, Scorpio. Then we have the Master of Crystals. Yeah. This is the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles in traditional tarot, Taurus energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seeker of Orbs. You're just on the path to discovery. You're on the path to discovering a new you, a new way of being, a new way of living, a new way of perception, a new way of looking at things, understanding things. And I truly, honestly feel that your new vision, your new understanding, your new perspective is something that Spirit wants to encourage you to continue working at and growing at. Because you're discovering more and more about yourself that may have been buried through suspicion, fear, and doubt. That was always a part of your personal power. Gemini energy. Let's get to this Master of Crystals. Some of you, with the drama that you may be dealing with, has to do with finances, saving up enough money, if there has to be some sort of moving you want to do, some sort of career change, some sort of new strategy in how to get the things you need in your life to best serve you. Simply as that, with the Master of Crystals here. What I'm really drawn to is the Skull. And what I feel about that is, this is just specific for this card in particular. I don't usually feel this with the Master of Crystals, but anything that needs to die out, be put to an end, you will be rewarded with what's to come when that cycle finally closes out. And if there's more you need to do in order to get to this place of security, of safety, financially, materially, or even just rebuilding your root chakra, simply to make yourself feel more confident, more stable with what's going on in your life or what's transforming within you, you may have to start making some decisions, making some plans, and more importantly, once you do, after your period of reflection, of downloads, of understanding, stick to them, because you will be rewarded. You will, like I said, get to the top of that mountain where you see how much better you off, how much safer you feel, how much more confident you feel, stable you feel. And that stability may kind of almost shake you a little bit, Scorpio, especially for those who have been in an environment or who have grown up in an environment where a lot was not stable, a lot was not secure, a lot was not promised. But you will get to that mastery of feeling safe, of feeling respected, of feeling important and valued. The first step, though, is just trusting yourself, trusting what you feel around it. If this Master of Crystals, this King of Pentacles, is the person around you that, again, wants to feel safe at all costs, secure at all costs, and for some reason they're tying their security to you, maybe there's some sort of financial connection between the two of you. They get some loans from you, some payments from you. That has to stop. I mean, I don't think they truly appreciate it and value it. And it's taking away from your own resources for you saving up for your own goals and achievements. And I think they're burning a bigger hole in your pocket, Scorpio, than what you planned. And maybe they're the type of person that's like, I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to pay you back. Okay, it's been 3 months. Where is it? You know my Venmo. You know my Cash App. So I think some of you are resolving some financial debts that you may have with someone. Or even if you feel undervalued, underpaid at your job, it's time to speak on it, Scorpio. Because I think you are right. I think you are undervalued and underpaid. I see it here. So, Scorpio, you're overcoming the mountain, you're climbing the mountain. You're protected. There's going to be challenges, there's going to be facing some confrontations, but know truly, I want to say to you that you are right in what you feel. Let's go ahead and get one more card for my Scorpios. And with this card here, I'm going to read the excerpt from the book because I think the book explains these cards so beautifully. So let's get one more message for my Scorpios. What will be a spirit ally for Scorpio as March continues to unfold? The unicorn. You are a unicorn. I mean, I was saying it was like cut from a different cloth. You're a different breed. You're the last of the Mohicans, whatever. You are something rare, different, and very needed in this world. No matter what someone tried to make you feel, you need to know your true value. I feel it. I sense it. Anyway, let's see what the unicorn has to say for you. Interesting that this unicorn is black. I almost kind of feel for some of you guys that scenario of being the black sheep. Or feeling, you know, always like you couldn't fit in, of a bit ostracized. But a quote that's always stuck to me is that the black sheep usually turns out to be the goat. And what I mean by the goat is the greatest of all time. All right? But anyway, let's see what the unicorn has to say. Past the towering trees and the misted forest floor, Unicorn takes a sip from the river. Its black coat glimmers in the sunlight that peeks through the leaves, and its horn sparkles and shines. It looks out at the natural beauty that the forest presents. Dew-coated leaves catch its eye, and fragrant wildflowers engulf its senses. Unicorn teaches that magic is not limited to extraordinary events. Magic can be found from the moment you wake up to the moment you let your head rest at night. Whether it's the flowers that open in your morning tea or the way that the sun shines just right, right before it sets, there's always magic to be found. Remain open to the mystical simplicities that are sprinkled throughout your day. Sometimes it's these little pieces of magic that can turn the hardest of days around. This is almost like, this gave me chills. It's a bit of a side note for those of you that, again, when times get tough, when you start to confront this and face this and it starts to get weary, this person starts to drain you, blame you, a situation starting to look like there's no out. Scorpio, I feel what's awakening you to the reality of this situation is by the intuitive hits, the magical messages that you're starting to see and feel every day. When you think about this situation, the certain claircognizant feelings that come up, the certain messages that fly by to confirm what you always felt to be true. I almost feel as if some of you recently have gone through a spiritual awakening. Your third eye chakra, your crown chakra has been always activated very, very strongly. And what's interesting, I just want to bring up is that when I first went to a Reiki healer 4 or 5 years ago, I laid on the table and they started to, sense my energy, and they were like, you're different because you came into this world with your crown chakra and your third eye chakra already so activated. Usually it's the other way around. Usually it's the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus that are the most activated as human beings here in this material world. But no, you already have your crown and your third eye so highly activated. You just need to work on your root. I'm like, whoa. I feel it's the same for you, Scorpio. And that's why, being so different, having and coming into this world with such a different vibration, you couldn't trust the psychic energies you were picking up on, the downloads you were picking up on, the synchronicities. So I feel with whatever it is you're finally facing, coming to terms with, dealing with, you're starting to trust in everything that has made its way to you energetically, psychically, telepathically, that you've always picked up on but couldn't express, didn't feel safe to express. You're safe to be who you are now. You're safe to make the decisions you've been wanting to make now. And you're safe to trust in your own magic that others couldn't value within you. So know that, yes, you are valued, you are loved, you are appreciated. And if there's someone that can't enhance that truth in your life for you, you need to run with a different herd, because you're running with sheep and you need to run with other unicorns. I know that sounds cheesy, but you just need to find more people that are of your vibration and of your tribe, Scorpio. Because you deserve to feel uplifted. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for joining me for this reading. I really hope that it resonated with you. I hope it provides you with clarity, insight, healing, guidance in regards to whatever it is you're going through in your life at this time. If this resonated with you, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Scorpio, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Scorpio.